Good morning, class. Today, in this English grammar period, we will work on the integrated grammar practice, in which I will teach you how to do editing, omission, and rearranging. So, first of all, beta, try to understand what is the meaning of integrated. Integrate means to join or to bring together. That could be the words or the person or the thing or anything that is joined or bring together. So this is known as integrated. So today in integrated grammar practice, we will learn how to do editing, omission and rearranging. We are going to solve various exercises included different parts of speech. Okay, so are you all ready now? Very well. So now let's proceed toward the class. First of all, we will learn editing. How to do editing. Do you know what is the meaning of editing? Now, when any written material is given for publishing, it goes for proofreading. So what the person does in proofreading, they do editing. Editing means find out the mistake and do the correction. So the same thing we are going to do in this exercise. Here you can see in the instruction it is written, the following passage has not been edited. There is one error in each line. Underline the incorrect word and write the correct word in the space supplied. Fine. So first of all, what you have to do, you have to find out the mistake, underline it, and what should be the correct word in the place of that. That you have to do. So you have to do three things in this editing. Finding out the error, underlining it, and then writing the correct word in the place of that. In exam, if you miss any of them, if you won't find out the wrong word, or you forget to underline it, or you don't write the correct word in the place of that, if any one of them is missing, so you will not get the full marks. Editing means finding out the mistakes, half point, and writing the correct answer, half point. Then it makes 1 point. So first of all, where you can find the mistake, this pay attention children, where the correction can be needed. First of all, we focus on the verb, that is it according to the subject or and tense or not. Okay, so the mistake can be made there. A part of that, the prepositions and conjunction could also be not appropriate according to the demand. First of all, we try to find out the error in these parts. Suppose if there is no mistake in verb and prepositions and the conjunction also, then we start looking at the other parts of speeches. So, first of all, I will read out all the lines. So, I get an idea that in which tense or in which sense the text has been written. Let's start now. At a certain village in the provinces of La Mancha, at Spain, there lived the gentleman of about 50 years of age. He was tall and thin and has giant features. At one time he is rich, but now he was poor. Why he had sold all his lands and buy books. He loved reading and spending all his time between his beloved books. Sorry, class. Now let's start finding the mistake. Look at the first sentence. At a certain village. Is it making any sense? Suppose if it makes sense, then in the provinces of, at a certain village is not making a meaningful sense here. In the, so according to the sentence, in the place of at, it should be in. In a certain village in the provinces of. Now let's look at the second sentence. La Mancha at Spain there live. Live according to the lines, the rest of the lines, it sounds it should be in the past tense. So in the place of live, it should be lived. Now look at the third sentence. The gentleman of about 50 years of age. Now children, the gentleman that has been described here, mentioned here, has he been mentioned in the previous lines? No. This is the first time this gentleman's reference is given. So, and the is used to point out to a specific person. So here as this gentleman is being mentioned at the first time, so in the place of the, it should be a. A gentleman of about 50 years of age. Now look at the fourth line. He was tall and thin and has giant feature. If the sentence is in past tense, has is appropriate according to the tense? No. So what is the past form of has? Had. So my mistake is has. It should be had. Had is the appropriate word in the place of has. Now look at the fifth sentence. At one time he is rich, but now he was poor. Again, the same mistake has been repeated as the all the lines are in past tense and is presents the present tense. Okay, so the problem is with is wrong and it should be was. Now look at the next sentence, children. Why he had sold all his lands. A question has been asked here. No, the sentence needs a reason. Okay, so in the place of why, what it should be? It should be because. So why is the mistake and the right answer is because. Now look at the next sentence. At buy books. If I use because in the place of why, because he had sold all his lands at buy books. Is it right, children? He loved reading. This sentence is perfectly alright. Subject is correct, he, as the gentleman has been mentioned before. Loved is in past tense. My verb is in the past tense. Reading is also appropriate. Now, at buy books. So I think the mistake is with at. What it should be? It should be to buy books. He loved reading and now let's come to the next. Spending all his time between his beloved books. Spending all his time. This much of the sentence has no problem. Between his beloved books. We all know that between is used for two. When the relation is shown between two. Here books are mentioned. That means it is more than two. So the mistake is here. Between. Between is wrong. What it should be? It should be among. Now, so you can see that this whole passage has been edited. I have underlined all the errors, all the wrong words and provided the right correct word for them. So in the same manner, you people will also solve it in the exam. Okay, so editing will be done in the same manner, underlining the wrong word and writing the correct word in the place of that you think. So children, this is editing. Now let's come to the second topic, that is omission. So first of all, understand what is omission. Omission means to leave or bhul jana or skip kar dena. Okay, when something is left, skip कर दिया गया, नहीं लिखा गया है. That is omission. So here what you have to do, the word that is omitted in the line, you have to identify that place. These exercises can be solved if you have a thorough knowledge of grammar, verb, tenses, prepositions, conjunctions, nouns, pronouns, all parts of speech. These integrated grammar practice exercises include all parts of speech. That is why to solve it correctly, we have to keep a good knowledge of all the parts of speech. Here in the sentence, we have to find out the place where a word is omitted. In the instruction, so first of all, I read the instruction. In the following passage, one word has been omitted in each line. Omitted means छोड़ दिया गया है, नहीं लिखा गया है. Omitted. Write the missing word along with the word that comes before and after it. You can see that man has drawn 3 lines after each sentence. Why? First, we have to find out the place where the word is omitted. And while writing that word, I have to write the word that is used before of that skipped word and after that skipped word. Okay, so in this way, I am going to write 3 words here. The sequence, they are going to appear in the that sentence. Don't forget, children, in omission we have to write the word that is coming before that skipped word, omitted word, and after. Both the words we have to mention. So let's solve the exercise now. From very early times, India been. Now, where do you think the word has been omitted? Can you tell me in which tense this sentence is? No, it is hard to find because there is no helping verb. From very early time, India, as they are talking about the early time, and my the past participle form of been is used, so the helping verb should be had. So according to the sentence, it should be from very early times, India had been. India had been. Here you can see that had was the word that was omitted. So I have written in between. Okay. And India is the word that is coming before, and been is the word that is coming after it. So India had been. This is my answer. Now look at the next. Famous spices, textiles, jewelry. Famous. Famous what? Famous. Famous for. Famous for spices, textile and jewelry. So it should be famous for spices. Okay. Now let's come to the third sentence, children. And pearls, the Arabs among. Here I can't see any verb or any sense in the sentence. Like and pearls is the part of the previous sentence. Famous for spices, textiles, jewelry, and pearls. And if I keep my reading in continuity, so the Arabs among the first to come. What? There is no verb being used. So the Arabs were among. The Arabs were among the first to come India for trade. Now let's see the next sentence also, because when I read it, I find a mistake. So let's see it. What where the correction is needed, where the word is omitted. Okay, You also keep on solving it. Fine, children? So look at the sentence. The first to come India for trade. Where do you think the word has been omitted? The first to come where? To India. Fine? So here to is missing. The first to come to India for trade. Fine. So here all three words. Come is the word that is coming before to, and India is the word that is coming after to. Now let's come to the last. Later, the Portuguese, the Dutch, French invaded India. Now children, you can see that the is used with Portuguese, the article is used with Dutchess, but the is not used with French. So, where the word has been omitted, it is omitted before French. So, it should be Dutch, the French. So, I hope omission must be clear to everybody that how you will solve. In editing, you have corrected the mistake. There was already a mistake in the sentence in editing and you have corrected it. But in omission, the word is omitted. It is not written. So we have to find out the place where the word is omitted and as to write the correct answer also. Now, let's move toward the next topic, and that is rearranging. Children, you have done this even before also, rearranging or jumble up the words to now jumble up the words are given to you and asked to rearrange them to form meaningful sentences. Look, many a time we have solved such kind of exercises, and the same thing we are going to do today. We have to rearrange the following words to make meaningful sentences. So if I know how a sentence is formed, what should be placed first, so I can solve this exercise very easily. Here you can form the sentence whether assertive or interrogative or imperative or exclamatory, any kind of sentence you can form with the help of given words. Okay, the condition is only this, that you can't add any other word or even you can't omit any of these words while forming the sentence. You have to use all the words to make a meaningful sentence. Clear? So just look at the first word, the first line, the reading habit of is one of resource the greatest mankind and of. As it is not a meaningful sentence, man can't read it in a flow. Man has to read it in with the pauses. Okay, now please just try to make a sentence with it. What could be the sentence? The reading habit of is one of the the resource greatest mankind of. What could be, children? It could be the habit of reading is one of the greatest resources of mankind. Here my subject is the habit of reading. As it is singular, so I have placed my verb after the subject, that is. So the habit of reading is one of the greatest resource of mankind. Now it is complete in meaning. Now look at the second sentence. Should begin everyone collecting a private library youth. Now you can see that what is the verb here? A modal is you should begin. So what could be the subject in the given sentence, which word could be the subject of your sentence? It will be everyone should begin collecting a private library in youth. When we have put the words in a correct order, it has made a meaningful sentence. Everyone should begin collecting a private librarian youth. My next sentence is library should your be free to access and all. Yes, children. What could be the subject? Here it could be library or should or your what? Okay, that could be your library. Then your library. After that, if your library is my subject, then I need a verb after that. So that will be should be. Okay, so let's see if I begin my sentence in the same order. Your library should be free and accessible to all. Okay, now let's look at the next sentence. The greatest one of pleasures known to man, that of reading, is. Now, what could be? We need to find out the subject first. If once you have found out the subject, so you can frame the sentence very easily. So the greatest one of pleasures known to man, that of reading. So what could be my subject, children? One of the greatest pleasures known to man. What is that of reading. Now next, look at the next sentence. Of books, the world has a rich of variety, adventure and wisdom. I know beta you need time to solve it, but here ma'am is trying to give an idea how to do it. After that, you can pick the exercises from your that practice, English practice worksheet. It has many exercises based on your grammar syllabi. Okay, according to your grammar syllabus, English grammar syllabus, you just choose the chapter in your English practice worksheet and solve all the exercises. So it in this way, when you solve more and more sentences, you will get perfection in that subject. Clear? Now let's try to find out the solution of the last sentence. Of books, the world has a richer variety, adventure and wisdom. So it should be the world of books has a rich variety of adventure and wisdom. Fine, children? So this is rearranging. So what we have learned today? Today we have learned how to do editing, how to do omission and how to do rearranging. Beta, in this you are going to practice a lot. Pick different exercises from your reference books, from your English practice worksheet, okay, and start solving them. Fine? Because without practice, a person can't get the perfection. For the correction, you can take the help of your elders or whether leave your problem in the slot. So your problem will be solved. That's all for today's class, children. I hope now editing, omission and rearranging is clear to everybody. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.